All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and today we have a brand new watch from my brand new watch company, Heron Watches. This actually isn't a brand new watch. This is actually a prototype watch, so this is their precursor to their launch. This watch, the Gladiator, is going to launch in February. February 28th is going to be the launch date. There's 4 colorways available besides this white one. There's a blue version, there's a full blackout version, there is a black and gilt version with a gold dial or gold bezel, and also an all blackout model. So go over to the website. I'm going to leave the link information down below if you want to follow them on Kickstarter. The early bird special on this watch is a screaming deal, and I really think if you like this watch, you should definitely follow them over there. Like I said, I'm going to leave the link to their website. Follow them so that when you do see that this is released on Kickstarter on the 28th of February, you can jump on board because you can get one of these for $250 at the early bird special. Not sure how many are going to be available at that price, but then it goes up to the regular price as, you know, Kickstarter does. The further along it gets, the regular retail price on this watch will be $475 as it stands. Now, like I said, there's a prototype watch, so there are a few improvements they're going to make on the watch. One of the things I'm going to get out there right away is the Lume. This I'm not going to say terrible, but it's not good Lume that's on this watch currently. I will do a Lume shot at the end of the video, so stick around for that. But currently, it's one of the things that they're saying they're going to improve on the watch. And other videos that have been done on this watch or this series of watches have said the same thing. They need to add more Lume. So they know, and they're going to get around to the other thing is a screw-down crown. Because it's a prototype and they use it for photography and other thing like that, they wanted the non-screw-down crown so you could get the H in the proper position all the time for Heron watches. So is what it is. Now, very, very cool watch. Let's talk dimensions on this watch. Now, the case comes in at 41 millimeters from side to side, which is a really, really good size. 47.8 lug tip to lug tip, so basically 48 millimeters lug to lug, 12 millimeters of thickness, and you have 20 millimeter lug openings. So some very classic sizing on this watch. Diver's watch inspired, and I say inspired because this is actually a 100-meter watch with the screw-down crown and everything like that. So it's not going to be a true diver's watch, but for 99.9% of us, the 100 meters of water resistance is going to work out just fine. Very, very beautiful and clean layout on the style. The Heron logo up there at the top, which as you can see has the little heron bird there. I'm in Central California, and I actually get to see herons quite often down here in the Central Valley. The great blue heron is always around, and I get to see it when I'm out mountain biking. So I really do appreciate that name. Applied indices all the way around on this one. We'll bring it up here a little bit closer so you guys can see. Clean applied indices on this white dial. There is a polished surround on those. Clean baton style hands and a nice stick seconds hand with the Lume pip out there at the end. Very clean and simple with the automatic down here at the bottom, just above the 6 o'clock position. Now, automatic watch. This is currently in the prototype version running a NH35 movement. In the full production models, they are going to run the Miyota 9039, which is a much better movement. My Miyota movements keep excellent time. The 9039 is a great movement known for its thinness. It's a high beat movement, hacking and hand windable. So it's really going to get the job done and is a superior motor over the Seiko NH35. The bezel on the watch, of course, being one of the unique talking points of the watch with the Roman numerals, in the bezel. Of course, the Gladiator name. It kind of ties into that. So it's a 120 click bezel. And right now in the prototype version, the action is not all that great. Now, one of the funny things or interesting things with this bezel insert is if you are using it for timing, it's going to be a little bit tricky to actually know exactly kind of where you're landing on that. You just want to make sure you have the bezel in the proper spot if you are using it for timing events or anything like that. So kind of different there, but I do absolutely love the look. I love a stainless steel bezel, and on this one it happens to be, it's interesting because it's bead blasted. I'll bring it up here a little closer to show you that. And it's bead blasted, which is a very nice contrast to the rest of the case on the watch, which as you can see is highly polished all the way around. There's no brushing on the tops of the lugs, there's no chamfers or anything like that. But it's a really nice contrast with this bead blasted bezel. Now in this current condition, or in this current rendition I have here, prototype, this comes on this silicone strap. These are available on a metal braces, and somewhere down here, they sent these along with the watch, which I'm not really sure what they are. They're not really links. They're not in links or anything like that, but I think they wanted to give us an idea of what the bracelet style was going to look like. So showed you that there, kind of interesting. Also, what came with this watch is this travel case. I'm not sure if this is the way the watches are going to come packaged when you order them from the Kickstarter campaign, but it is a nice, simple travel watch case, and hopefully this is the way they decide to package the watches, because watch cases like that are so much more handy than a box or anything like that. So all right, let's pause it for a second, get this watch on my 7-inch wrist, and I know it's going to be paltry, but go ahead and stick around for that Lume shot. Well, real quick before I forget and neglect to show it to you, I did want to show you guys the case back on the watch, letting you know it's 100 meters water resistant, the Gladiateur, the Montreal Gladiateur, stainless steel information. And this is a artistic rendering of a heron, a bird there. So very different. But let's throw this one on my 7-inch wrist. All right, here's the watch resting on my 7-inch wrist. A 41mm case is an excellent, excellent size for me with a 7-inch wrist. I feel like it fits me perfectly. I really love 41mm cases, no problem at all. And with a short lug to lug of 47, just under 48mm, this watch is going to wear very well on most wrists out there. So let's dim the lights and see what the Lume looks like. All right, so guys, you've been warned that this is a prototype watch. Now, I do think that on this particular prototype, the hands have a lot more Lume on them than the indices, because they did indicate they're going to add more Lume to the indices, but hopefully they add more Lume overall on this watch. You can see the hands are glowing super, super bright there, and so if they can get that kind of brightness onto those indices, that's going to really bring it up a notch. You can see some of those smaller indices are already starting to fade quite a bit. It's just not enough Lume is being applied, but those hands look really good. So if they bring it up to the level of the hands, I think this watch is going to be a real winner. Very good looking timepiece. Love the Roman numerals being used on the bezel insert, and I think it's definitely a unique design in this dive watch inspired style like that. I really like the piece. So, all right, guys, you like the video? Give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.